Good morning, children. Welcome to our next class. In last class, we discussed about nutrition in plants. And before discussing our today's topic, I'll tell you a small story. Every day we are doing activity. Today, for a change, I'll tell you a story. Once Misha and Disha were eating their snacks, and Disha by mistake ate an orange along with seed. And Misha started teasing Disha that an orange tree will grow in your stomach, she said. And Disha started crying. Meanwhile, her brother came and he explained them what happens the food after eating in or taking inside. And Disha felt so excited and she started asking questions to his brother. To her brother, she asked, what is the meaning of nutrition and what type of food we eat? Why can't we eat some seeds? Okay, so then he started explaining that the meaning of nutrition. As you all know that the nutrition meaning yesterday itself we discussed. The process of taking nutrients and using them for their growth and continue to the other life activities is known as nutrition. So in last class you learned about the nutrition in plants, and today we are going to discussing about nutrition in animals. Our today's topic is nutrition in animals. And as you all know that all the animals are heterotrophs. What's the meaning of heterotrophs? Heterotrophs means they depend on other organisms for their food, either directly or indirectly on plants, or sometimes they'll also depend on other animals to get their food. So all the animals comes under heterotrophic group. So now we will see the type of nutrition. How many types of nutritions are there in animals? You learnt in plants yesterday. There are different types of nutrition and different types of plants are there depending on their nutrition you learnt. In the same way, what are the different types of nutrition in animals we'll see now. The first one is holozoic nutrition. Holozoic nutrition means the organisms take the food either in the solid form or the liquid form. After taking inside, then the food is changed into like simpler substances. So such type of nutrition is known as holozoic nutrition. Examples for holozoic nutrition: all the herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. All these animals comes under holozoic nutrition. And you all know the meaning of herbivores, carnivores and omnivores, which eat only plants, which eat only the flesh, and omnivores eat both flesh and plant products. So all these are examples for holozoic nutrition. And the second type of nutrition is saprophytic nutrition. Saprotrophic nutrition. In these organisms, the digestion completes outside the body of the organism, outside the body. And in holozoic nutrition, inside the body. The digestion completes inside the body. And in saprotrophic nutrition, the digestion completes outside the body. And they depend on dead and decayed organic matter. They depend on dead and decayed organic matter. They make the food items into soluble substance outside the body, and then they'll swallow the liquid substance, which is digested food they'll swallow. Example, bacterias, decomposing bacterias which are present in the soil. They decompose the dead and decayed organic matter and they use them for their nutrition. So they comes under saprotrophic nutrition. And the next one is parasitic nutrition. Parasitic nutrition. These all even you learnt in plant nutrition. In plant also you learnt these saprophytic plants, parasitic plants, insectivorous plants. These all you learnt. Here only the difference is holozoic nutrition, and what organisms coming under this nutrition you need to understand. Okay. So parasitic nutrition means, in this as usual, how it is taking place in the plants, same way. Some organisms will depend on the other organisms for their nutrition. Here, where they are depending, that is the host organism. How we studied in the plants, same way, the organism which is supplying the nutrition to the other organism known as host organism. And the host gets harmed by the other organism which is depending on this host. It has to supply the ready-made food to the parasite. The organism which is depending on the host known as parasite. So sometimes there are two different types of parasites are there. They are ectoparasites and endoparasites. Ectoparasites and endoparasites. The name itself will tell you. Ecto means outside, endo means inside. Ectoparasite means they will live on the outside of the living organism's body, like ticks, head lice, bed bugs. They all comes under ectoparasites. They are living on the head lice lives in our hair and they suck the blood. Bed bugs live in the wooden furniture corners. They will live and they'll suck the blood. And leeches will live on the body of cattle outside the body. So they all are ectoparasites. And endoparasites means they will live inside the living organism's body, like tapeworm, lukeworm. These all are examples for endoparasites. And the next one, the next nutrition in animals is, the next type of nutrition in animals is mutualistic nutrition. Mutualistic nutrition. How the nutrition in symbionts in plants, both the organisms gets benefited, right? Symbiotic nutrition, symbiotic plants like rhizobium, lichens we learnt. Same way, mutualistic nutrition, two organisms are involved and both gets benefited by each other. For example, the bacteria lives in cow's stomach. The bacteria present in cow's stomach helps to digest the food. In the same way, bacteria is taking the shelter inside the cow's body. In the same way, the bacteria present in the gut of termites. Termites means white ants. They live in between the books. They'll spoil the books, old books. Termites, gut also some bacteria are there. These two type of bacteria in cow's stomach and in termites gut. These two bacteria are helping to digest the cellulose. What's the cellulose means? Where this cellulose is present? Only in the plants. Outside the plant cell, the cellulose is present. That cellulose cannot be digested in human body. It can be digested because of this bacteria only in the cows and in the termites. So like this, they both are getting benefited, and such type of nutrition is only known as mutualistic nutrition. So now you understood what's the meaning of nutrition and the types of nutrition in animals, like holozoic nutrition, saprotropic nutrition, parasitic nutrition, mutualistic nutrition, and the examples in which animals undergoes with this nutrition we learned. Right? Now we will see what happens after taking the food. Where does it goes? Yes, you are getting an idea because you learned all this in your lower classes. That is the journey of food. The system which involves in this is digestive system. So the journey of food we are going to discuss. What happens from the mouth to the anus, and the system which deals with this is digestive system. Now we will discuss about digestive system in human beings. So before knowing about digestive system, we'll see the different process involved in the digestion. We'll see. Okay, there are different steps in the digestion. They are first one, ingestion. Ingestion means taking the food into mouth, and in the mouth mechanically and chemically food gets breakdown. That process is known as ingestion. Food gets breakdown mechanically and chemically. Chemically food gets breakdown, and this process is known as ingestion. And the second process is digestion. The second process is digestion. Digestion means converting complex substances into simpler substances. What's the meaning of complex substances? This you might have learnt in your class 6, that our body needs different types of nutrients. No? Can you recall that? What nutrients our bodies needed? Yes, those are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. These are the nutrients needed for us, right? So those complex substances, those complex food substances are converted into simpler substances. They are changed into simpler substances. That means, for example, our proteins will finally, after the digestion, proteins are converted into like amino acids. This is the simpler substance. The complex substance is protein. Finally, they are converted into like amino acids. Same way, fats are converted into fatty acids and glycerol, and carbohydrates are converted into simple sugars. Like this, the change of complex food substances into simpler substance known as digestion. That's what we are going to learn, how these complex substances are changing into simpler ones, and what are the different juices or enzymes helping in this process. You will learn in the digestive system. And the next process is absorption. Absorption means taking this digested nutrients into the walls of intestine. Small intestine, this all in detail we'll discuss in the digestive system. The small intestine walls will absorb the digested nutrients. Digested nutrients are absorbed by the walls of intestines is known as absorption. And the next process is assimilation. Assimilation means movement of nutrients and the water into the cells, each and every cell where actually they are needed. Movement of nutrients and the water to the required place into the cells known as assimilation. For example, that proteins after the digestion, the amino acids are formed and they are helping for the formation of new proteins in the body. So to that particular area, the nutrients and the water molecules are transported. So this is assimilation, means movement of nutrients and the water into the cells where they are required. They are made up of, our body is made up of by cells, and there are trillions of cells in our body. This about the cell you will read in class 8 in detail. So this is assimilation is nothing but using up the digested nutrient in a particular point, particular place where they are actually needed. And the last one is egestion. Egestion means undigested particles, removing of undigested particles are sending out of the body. The undigested particles, removing them is known as egestion. So there's 5 steps involved in the digestion process. When it goes in this way, then we can say the digestion is completed. And egestion is also very important. If the egestion process, if the waste materials are not sent out from the body, if the undigested food is not sent out from the body, then they'll become toxic to the organism and they may cause for some diseases. Now we will see what are the different parts present in digestive system and how the digestion goes on. We'll discuss now. The digestive system starts from mouth or oral cavity. Oral cavity, or can also called buccal cavity. It starts from mouth. And you know, in the mouth, which parts are present, you know very well. They are teeth, tongue, and salivary glands. Salivary glands, these are the parts present in our mouth. Now about each organ we'll discuss now. Did you remember when you got your first tooth, when you got it, you can ask your parents, right? Infants, most of the infants get their teeth at the age of 6 to 10 months. And when they reach to 3 years old, a set of 20 teeth they'll get. By 3 years old, they'll get 20 teeth and they are known as milk teeth. At the age of 3 years, the teeth what they have, they are known as milk teeth. And they start falling at the age of 7 to 8 years old. And they are replaced, these milk teeth are replaced after falling. They are replaced by permanent teeth. Milk teeth are also known as temporary teeth because they are present only at a particular period of time. So that's why they are also known as temporary teeth. At the age of 6 to 8 years, this milk teeth fall off. You all might have experienced this. So in place of milk teeth, they'll get permanent teeth. And by the age of 21 years, the person will get the total set of 32 permanent teeth. Now, keep a hand mirror in front of you and observe your teeth. Do they all look like same? Or are you finding any difference in them? So you know this, there are different types of teeth. You already learned this in your class 4. The types of teeth and their functions. Just we will recollect what are the different types of teeth and what are their functions. We'll see now. There are incisors, canines, premolars and molars. Premolars and molars. These are the different teeth present in our mouth. Now I'll show you in the drawing. I'll draw the structure of tooth, how they are fixed. They are deeply rooted into the gums. So there are two jaws in our mouth, upper jaw and lower jaw. Each jaw has some gum. So in that gums, these teeth are fixed inside. So now we will see the different types of teeth and their types of teeth present in our mouth. These are the two jaws, upper jaw and lower jaw. Now we will see the arrangement of teeth and their functions. So the first type of teeth present in the front of our mouth, they are 4 in each jaw. They are known as incisors. They are sharp. They are front and they are in upper jaw. Upper jaw, they are 4 in upper jaw and 4 in lower jaw. Upper jaw, lower jaw, total 8 incisors. How many incisors? Total 8 incisors. They are front in our mouth and they help for cutting and biting. They help for us for cutting and biting. To cut the food and to bite the food, they are useful. And next to the incisors, we have a very sharp canine tooth. Next to the incisors, we have canines in upper jaw 2, lower jaw 2. Upper jaw 2, lower jaw 2, right hand side 1 and the left hand side 1. So totally in upper jaw how many? 2 canines, lower jaw 2 canines, total 4 canines are present. And they are very sharp. They are used for tearing the flesh. To tear the meat, we are using canines. And next to the canines, premolars are present. 2 in right side and 2 in left side. 2 in right side and 2 in left side. Premolars are present. So in upper jaw how many? 4. 2 right side and 2 left side. 4 premolars in upper jaw and lower jaw also 4 premolars. Total 8 premolars. They are flat in shape and they help for chewing and grinding the food. They helps to chew and grind the food. They are helping in chewing and grinding the food. And next to premolars, the broad molars are present. Right side 3 and left side 3 molars are present. Same way in the lower jaw, 2 premolars, and next to 2 premolars 3 molars are present. Last molar teeth will come at the age of 18 or 19, and they are also known as wisdom teeth. Okay, so in each jaw how many are there? Right side 3 and left side 3. Total 6 molars are there. 6 upper jaw, 6 lower jaw. Total 12 molars. And molars are also useful for chewing and grinding the food. Chewing and grinding the food, they are also useful. Now when you total it, 8 plus 4 plus 8 plus 12. Total how many teeth? 32 teeth present. When a person reaches to 21 years, he will get a permanent set of 32 teeth which are helping us to chew and grind our food. Understood, children? And next we will discuss about tongue and the salivary glands. Then we will move on to our digestive system. Okay. So draw these different types of teeth and neatly label them. This is your today's homework, children. Thank you.